The only thing is loading the paper, knowing how to use the machine. It says error. Other than that, guys.
All righty. Well, good morning. Thank you for your time. Now, we're going to need to get up close to the machine so we can actually see, touch, and feel. Okay? I believe the machine's going to be placed here, and we're going to get the bins and the accessories that Chris was talking about to be able to accumulate pads and roll them away and all. The machine looks pretty big and all that, but it's very safe. Anytime you open the panel, okay, there is a limit switch, so there's no power going to the equipment. Same thing goes for that one over there. Once we get to that point, I'll show you guys where the proximity limits switches are and safety switches. Okay, machine is produced basically produced or made to produce a pad. So we're going to take a roll of paper, convert it through, and it's going to give you a pad. Okay. Come on over, get a little closer. Closer. We're going to get the load of paper. Yeah, we could do that too. So you have the main switch here, on off, emergency stop button, on the keypad too. Notice the keypad. This is all. Everything that this controls the machine itself. Detachable magnet, and it goes anywhere. After you program it, it'll be real simple just to initiate it and pretty much plug, play, and do away. Okay?
So you program the length you want.
Correct. And I believe right now everything is set similar to your sister company, right? Location, Charlotte. 30-inch pads. So that'll be real simple. But we'll walk you through that. As far as loading the paper, I believe the pallet of paper is going to be brought over here eventually, so everything will be a lot closer to you here. The machine has a foot pedal, the keypad, remote keypad, and it's very simple to load.
Do we want to pull this out maybe a little bit so you can get everybody around it?
There you go.
Okay. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm just going to run the machine, and I'm going to clear it out just so you can see how it works. So main switch on, keypad here, there's a reset button here and here. So if these are engaged, you won't be able to, the machine won't have any function. Even though there's an LED, you cannot reset it. So they both need to be disengaged. This panel should always be closed. And if it's not closed, you're not going to be able to reset the machine because it's a safety switch. Okay, once you do that there, then it gives you all kinds of modes. And we'll go over it in a little more detail. Maybe one by one, just to kind of change the program, initiate it, and move forward with it. So for right now, I'm just going to press enter 3 times, okay? Just so that I can be able to run the paper out. So the machine will eventually run out of paper. It'll give you a last pad, and the machine will stop. Okay, and that is a safety mechanism to eliminate wear and tear on the equipment. Okay, so it's good for everybody. And it tells you on the keypad, paper empty. Okay, so at that point in time, we'll grab a new roll. I'll leave this one out for now. This is the hardest part as far as loading the paper. The paper will be somewhere close to you. This is a brand new roll. And it is a little heavy, so be careful. Okay. Yes, there's 16 rolls to a pallet, and they'll be standing up like this here. What you want to do is get this lead here, make sure that it's facing towards the machine. This paper shaft has a red bushing there. That one's locked in place. Then you have a green one, okay, and thumb bolt. This one you can turn by hand, okay? And what you're going to do is put it in here through the other plug, set your bushing back on there, and just give it a little torque, okay? At this point in time, you'll probably need to use 2 associates to pick it up. So there's procedures that you guys have to go through as far as lifting heavy.
Kind of like the rubber.
So you set it on there, and then drop right in place. Any questions on this?
No.
Okay. So now, if we look at the,
It's over on this side.
yeah, there's a diagram. There should be a diagram on each side. But on this side over here, there's a diagram, and it shows you how to thread the paper. See it? Here's a row,
Okay.
under, over, back up. Okay? But it's real simple. So once you get to this point here, you bring this one here. Okay? You come under this one here. If for whatever reason the paper tears, it shouldn't. You always want to create this paper plane fold. Okay, that's going to help you thread it through. So you go under, over, under. Okay, and these folds come into play. These are spring loaded. There's nothing moving, no moving parts in here at all. You have a forming table, guide bar, spring loaded casters. That's where this comes into play. All you do is wedge it in here, like that. Okay. The center of the point, the tip, should be in the middle of the forming table. Okay. Now, in order for you to push it in here, like you would have a little thought, is you give yourself a little bit of play here, okay, loose, and then all you have to do is just bring it in here like this. That's basically it. Okay. You're loaded here. Now, the keypad shows us that it's paper empty. Okay, so what you need to do here is press the enter button, so you don't have to change any, go into the programs or anything like that. Just keep it real simple. Press enter once, automatic. Enter again. It has the length that you wanted to program for, and then yeah, and then the E again. It's set for 50. But we'll do 2 for now. That's simple. Notice the paper just grabs in here. The guide wheels are just to keep the paper in its place. And as long as there's nothing up against it, okay, everything will be fine. And the machine will produce whatever you program it to do as far as the length, the quantities, as long as there's paper. If the paper runs out or tears, the machine will tell you paper empty. Any questions? Okay, so then we'll come over on this side. Once we get the bins, we're gonna be able to program the quantity depending on the size of the bin. Okay. Right now it's taking about 50 pads to fill that right there. Okay, but it's real simple. So you come here to the keypad, you press select. Okay. Manual mode, you really don't have to get into any of this. So manual mode is enter. It just feeds, okay? I'll show you. It just feeds, okay? The smallest piece that the machine will produce is 7 inches. So if I hit it once, now with this one here you have to cut it. You press 9 and it cuts. That's all it does. That's troubleshooting, okay? You don't have to worry about any of that. I myself and my tech will come by, service the equipment based on volume, things that we'll discuss. And for the first month or so, we'll come in maybe once, maybe twice a week, just to get a feel for the use or the abuse on the equipment, okay? Any questions? Okay, safety once again. There's 2 sets of one-way fingers. So if you put your hand in there, I mean, you hope you don't, but you actually have to bypass the one-way fingers. Put your hand in there, okay? This is an outlet, an exit. Don't stick your hand in there, okay? By pressing the select button, we'll go to, you get to do it. Go ahead and press the select button and find the automatic. Enter. Whatever you want to do. We'll do 30, but whatever you want to do, just enter. Just do a couple for now. Okay, so we'll enter. Okay, now it's going to produce 4 pads. Wait for it to cut. Wait for it to cut. Okay, now as soon as you take this one here, it's going to produce another 4. Okay, and or you press the E button or the foot pedal. Okay, there's a proximity sensor here that detects that it's clear, and it'll give you the same thing. Okay? Right. So if you needed to stop it without hitting the e-stop button, just hit the select, and it knocks you out of whack. Okay? And then when you're ready to produce again, all you do is go 1, 2, 3, and you're up and running. Real simple. Any questions?
And chances are you're going to be filling a Gaylord bin or a bin full.
One Gaylord for every station there.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
One
Yeah, so
Gaylord?
the
Now, what
glasses.
we've done so far, we took these boxes over here, just put them to the Gaylord.
Why, you have a question?
Because almost the same thing, you know, because I take glasses too. 3 times a day, sometimes 4 times a day, glasses and plates. So I have to take them to my station. I'm gonna have like that too.
What's
There-
going to happen is you're going to get a cart that's almost like this here. It's made out of PVC with the vinyl mesh, real lightweight out of casters. So you'll have one here always full, so that when yours is depleted, all you do is come over, roll it in, roll it out. So as soon as you take it, all you do is hit it again, and it'll produce that one there for the next person that's going to need the product. So you'll always be ahead of the game.
Like a design like this is with the back.
Yes, yes, but in a cart, correct.
So you'll typically want to have a full bin, and usually first thing in the morning it's good to come in and fill the bin full of pads or fill a couple bins full of pads so you have them on hand, so you're not waiting for the machine. You can set the machine to fill up the bin and walk away and do what you got to do.
Yes, you don't have to wait for it. Any questions? Should we have somebody load it? Or do...
So real quick, which of the three of you, like, maybe I missed if you said this, but how's it being done in Charlotte? Because a lot of this, you guys, they've been using the paper for years now. They've been using a very similar system to set up now for, how long have you had the conveyor? 2 years. 2 years, I mean, for years. So we're gonna follow their lead, you know, to a certain extent as far as what they've been doing. They've got definitely a proven success rate in the way of their damages. So you'll hear a lot of that, and like John had mentioned, you know, he's taking a video now. He's going to get us a video showing how they're doing it, what their setup is in Charlotte, their pack stations, and all of that. So not necessarily that we're going to do it exactly the same way, but you know, we're going to look at it in the way of it's probably a best practice there for the most part. So real quick, Darren, you know, like what are they doing in the morning? I mean, they're filling it up and then they're taking the totes and.
Whoever, I guess, would be somebody like Tyler, would be like Tyler. He comes in the morning, he throws a load, roll onto one machine, both machines, pulls up the big bins, and hits it. It fills up, he pulls it away, pulls it to a station, fills it up. Sometimes he may just leave them off stage, and when the guys come in, they grab them and take them to the bins.
There's filled up stage ready to go to their.
Yeah, filling up, ready to go. Whoever's there in the morning wants to do it. It's pretty simple. I don't necessarily know if you want to start wrestling around with that roll of paper, but somebody, one of the guys, will grab the snake up.
I'll be there. Hey guys.
Okay, you know, maybe you got all these extra bins and less packers. Yours is out, just come pull it in, place the picture empty wherever it may be, and he's fill it up as needed.
So it's kind of the equivalent to what we're doing right now with the bubble and the rolls and putting them, in your pack station. We're replacing that with what Aaron's describing.
Exactly. It's really no different. When you start packing with the paper, we're gonna let you guys pack how you want it first. Get a feel for it. A lot of this is used for blocking, bracing with the glass. That paper will go over a little bit later. But if you're wrapping something in glass, you may want to wrap a pad around it, may want to do anything you want. It's flexible, just like bubble. And it's stiffer and it's harder. Biggest thing, challenge guys, is knowing how to use the machine. We'll let everybody at some point in the day touch it, feel it, play with it.
The large majority of the time in Charlotte, again, they just have a standard length, and that's mass production, right?
I called them. 30 inches is what they use. 30-inch pad. And they just let it rock and roll.
So they rarely deviate from 30 inches, right?
We tried a different pads at the least. They found 30 inches is what works best for them.
Just keep it simple, you guys, that way.
Yeah.
We're not spending time trying to create different lengths.
Yeah, we'll start with this length and then.
Yeah, it may be different from you guys. I mean, but you may want to find, you may find that 36 inches is more suitable for you. You may find 25 inches. You got to just, we start with 30. Like Lou's here, he'll be in here once or twice a week for the next month. If you have any questions, we're going to send pictures down. Probably a week and a half, we'll go next week, take pictures of how they're packing certain objects. I'm going to ask them, what is the most fragile, what is the most highest moving things we're packing in this paper? It shows how you're doing it. Guys are using your stuff. Chevron, the same way. We'll send it. Maybe Chris wants to print the pictures off, take it to your station, or whatever. We'll go from there.
Couple other things, maybe some preventative maintenance, blowing out the unit, pulling the paper out. Is there anything else that they can do on this unit, Louis, to help out with that?
We could cover that as we see the use and the abuse.
I don't think it's not a whole lot of maintenance on this machine.
Because it's a double ply and just the way it works and all, the biggest thing you're going to end up with is dust. You know, this paper is dusty and abrasive and whatnot. But other than that, no, you don't have to worry about it because we'll take care of it. You know, as long as you don't drop the forklift into it or you know, start going around and, you know, I mean, as far as normal wear and tear, the machine is built like a tank.
You have these up here in Nevada, right?
Oh, yes.
We're a little dustier than Charlotte. So.
Well, the paper itself is, you know, the friction and all that.
Yeah.
The last thing is there's a set of keys, and I strongly recommend that once you get this program to where you need to be, as far as that right there, you really do not need to get in here at all. This is the danger zone, if any, okay? And I definitely encourage for that to be locked. The keys will always be set inside the machine. There's a manual too, just in case somebody gets bored, as far as maybe threading the paper, but
I don't think so.
it's real simple. After you do it once, twice, I mean, it's a slam dunk. The easiest part is loading it through. The hardest part is actually bringing the roll over to you. And one of the things that I did not touch on is you could actually detach that cart. Let's say the pallet of product is out there, and you could roll it out there, load the paper there, just so you don't have to carry it, and just kind of kick it around, bring it over, line it up, and it drops right in its place. So, you know.
Rather than heaving those rolls around.
So it's just another avenue.
Okay.
Is it hard to detach?
No. It's right here. See that?
Oh, okay.
Real simple.
Oh,
And
all right.
on that same note, if you move the machine around, make sure that that stays intact. That just drops right in there. But once you get this here, because of the casters that they're on, you detach it and you just kick it around anywhere. It just glides. So it just makes it easier. Okay?
Sounds good.
Cool. So then we'll go to the chevron.
Yeah, let's
The chevron. We'll go on that side.
go. Yeah, we'll walk over there.